I'm Gloria Strode and welcome to Straightforward. Today I have a longtime friend of mine that's joining me to talk about his transition from being a full-time educator to a full-time entrepreneur. My awesome friend, Carlton Dickey. Welcome, Coach.
How you doing?
Yeah, I tell you, we got a lot of water under the bridge between us.
That's right.
We go way back when I was this young college person and, you know, thought I had it going on and at Albany State and all of that. So we've really come a long way. We're both grandparents now and Social Security age. So we have a lot of water under the bridge. So you have retired from coaching and the school district. So when did you retire?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. So in the mornings, are you having a hard time waking up thinking you have to be at school? Have you made that transition? Or are you just living it up, taking your time, drinking coffee, watching the news? Have you made that transition?
Yes, I made that transition. I get up in the morning the same time I was getting up when I was going to work. I get up, work out, and go walking with my dog.
Oh, okay. So you're still doing that physical activity thing. So instead of going on to school, then now you're working on your personal fitness.
Right.
Yeah. So over the years, of course, you worked at many schools. Where are some of the sites that you worked and who did you coach?
I started out at Hardaway High School, and I coached girls and football.
Really?
Right. I went from there to elementary, elementary PE, and from there to middle school.
Middle school.
Right. We opened up Blackman Road.
Right. You, Coach Walton and Marie DeRamus.
Right.
Oh, okay. So you were on that team because that was a premier school, and you all really had a lot of great programs there. So you were on that team.
Yeah, right. From there, we went from there to Marshall, and from Marshall to Eddie. And when I left Eddie, I dropped down to elementary for 1 year, you know, so I can just transition straight out.
Right.
And that's it.
I made it. So how many years were you in education?
27 years.
27 years.
Yeah, I worked 27 years with the school system, and I worked 13 years at the YMCA.
Really?
Right.
Oh, see, and I knew that sports was your thing, but you also had this great experience where you went to one of the islands to work on a project. And that was one of your friends that was doing something with sports and kids in another country. So you had a chance to participate in something like that as well.
Yeah, right. We went over to Bermuda twice a year. We took basketball, and we had a reading program that my friend Anthony Weatherspoon came up with, and they gave him a contract for a couple of years, and I didn't go because I was here in town coaching.
Right, right. So that was just a brilliant brainchild of his. I had the pleasure of speaking with him on the phone before, and so he really had a vision, and so you got a chance to get a little taste of that as well.
Right.
So you've had this great career. Well, you started the Framing Factory, an art gallery. When did you actually start that?
94, I think.
Really?
I was between classes, and I had to get a gift for a friend of mine. They was having a party, a moving-in party. Right. So I dropped by this frame shop, and I had never seen art before.
Really?
The only thing I saw was home interior stuff. You know?
And right, that's a cheap, lower grade.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Not real art.
Right, right. So I came home that evening. I took everything off the wall and put it in the trash. My wife had a fit.
Right.
And I told her, well, hey, we're gonna dress our house up with with some real art.
Some real art, right?
Right. And
with the good frames, not the plastic ones, and all of that. Because that home interior, I mean, it's nice if you're starting, but there's a difference between fine art and home interior.
Right. And I went back to the shop the next day, and I asked the question, said, how much does it cost? To start a business like this. Right. The guy told me about $12,000. I said, $12,000. I can't come up with $12,000.
Yeah, because you're a teacher.
Right, right. And I picked up a magazine. I read in the magazine they was having a frame class up in Atlanta. It cost $300. So I said, well, I don't think I'm going to look into that.
Really?
So I got back home that evening, and our insurance salesman, well, he was there at the house trying to upgrade our life insurance.
Right.
And he said, you have some cash value in this policy. I said, what?
So you were going to take the life insurance and invest it in the business?
I did.
Oh, my goodness.
I did.
Now, that's a big risk because you had kids.
Right.
Yeah.
So I took $1,000. I said, man, could you give me $1,000? He said, yeah. So I took the $1,000 and I took the class.
Really?
And that's all it cost me to start it.
And you've been there all this time.
Right.
See? So you had a dream and you followed through.
Right.
But you do have some specialty things that you do there. You have the special framing for the shadow boxes. Of course, that Michael Vick jersey thing. Everybody liked, you know, the Michael Vick thing. You can do that for special occasions. Those special magazines like the Marilyn Monroe, or if it's Martin Luther King or some other special person, you can take that and frame that for people as well.
Right.
So that's on the framing side of the house. Yeah. So is that something affordable, or it just depends?
It's affordable. It don't cost that much, you know, to have something framed. We'll start from $20 all the way up.
Okay. Because I think sometimes those of us that have never had the opportunity to know about fine art and framing, we just assume that we have to go to one of the discount retailers to get a frame.
Right.
But if we really just take the time and do a little research like you did,
right,
then we find out that we can actually find some nicer pieces for our homes and for, you know, things that we can pass down to our kids.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And so how do you determine when people come in the kinds of things? You know, you have a vast selection. So if I needed something for, say, my anniversary, can you specialize in helping me to put something together like that?
I can, because we frame a lot of art, and we have art in 4 rooms. And so what we do when you come there, you tell us basically what you're looking for, and we'll take you to that area.
Okay. And so you're covering everything. We got some that's patriotic, we got flowers, we got abstract, educational pieces.
Right.
Yeah, so just depends on the individual. And of course the sports.
Right.
Because I know you being on the sports side.
Yeah, we do a lot of jerseys for, you know, a lot of high schools, for seniors that's leaving. They want to take their jerseys. We frame those. We frame certificates, diplomas. We box frame everything from
baby shoes,
anything. Yeah, we do a lot of baby shoes and christening. When they christen the babies,
they want to save them and all
of
that.
Right,
okay.
We do all that.
Well, what we're going to do, go to our sponsors, and we'll be right back. Okay, we'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors. Straightforward is brought to you by Chalk by Quincy introduces Excellence Redefined, timepieces of the finest technology, luxury, and class with tons of style at chalklifestyle.com. Renal Associates, LLC, a team of physicians dedicated to excellent kidney care with 5 convenient locations to serve you. Stark Avenue, Columbus, Bradley Park, Columbus, Lafayette Parkway, LaGrange, East Burkhalter Avenue, Buena Vista, and Springs Street in Warm Springs. The Framing Factory and Art Gallery, specializing in quality art and framing for all your needs. Original etchings, limited editions, and prints. Call Carlton Dickey today at 706-324-3823 or visit the Art Gallery at 1325 17th Street in Columbus.
Walmart's reason for supporting Thurgood Marshall College Fund is simple. We like to win. And we have been given a lot of exposure to some incredible talent. And we also believe that it's a part of our responsibility to the community to give back. This is a great opportunity to do both. It's been a wonderful experience for us through the years. We've appreciated our partnership. We believe in return on investment, and we have definitely had a remarkable return.
Come meet your new best friend at Paws Humane.
Adopting from your shelter makes sense. You get a great friend checked by our vet. They're fixed, all shots, microchipped, all ready to make you and your family's life better. 4900 Milton Road, Columbus. Paws Humane.
Come meet your new best friend at Paws Humane.
Welcome back to Straightforward. I'm continuing my conversation with my longtime friend, Coach Carlton Dickey. Well, you are full-time now in the business, and you've been an entrepreneur. You had a full-time job, full-time dad, full-time husband, and so now you're at semi-retirement, but working full-time at the framing factory and art gallery. So we have to get you busy. And now you can, I know in the past you all used to do house parties. You would, invite people and they would invite you and that kind of thing, and you would come and bring all the different types of art and people could just buy it on the spot. Is that
Right.
something you're going to be promoting more of that since now you're retired?
Well, we still do house parties, and it's if you call us and decided, well, you wanted us to come, we'll come. And we'll bring a lot of art, and what we do is we give the people 25% or 35% of the profit.
Oh, so whoever the host is can get either a discount or they get proceeds from whatever sells at their house.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's why we do that.
Oh, okay. No, that's really incentive, because I know they do that with other things in retail, like jewelry and things like that. But I know in the past that you all used to do that. So since you retired, you're moving back into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so people just have to get on the calendar, make sure it's a free date. And since we're almost to the holiday season, that's a very good thing. Because, sometimes we get folks that's got everything like you. So we don't know what to buy. People that have everything for holidays. So art is always something that's good because it will never go out of style.
Right.
Right. And so for our graduates, I know we were talking before we went to the break about the babies, when we always want to do the shadow box for our kids with the christening gowns and the, the baby shoes and that kind of thing. But for these high school and college graduates, you all specialize in those shadow boxes for them as well.
Right. We have a special offer that we give to them. We do the cap, the tassel, the picture, and the diploma in one frame.
Oh, okay.
So we've been doing that for a long period of time.
And now, is that something the average family can afford? It's not like in the thousands of dollars.
No.
Right.
It don't cost that much. And basically, most of the times, a lot of people can't afford something. We help them out.
Oh, okay, yeah. They can get the community discount.
Right.
Right.
We give. Sometimes we give more than we receive.
Well, that's why you're still in business.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those memories are precious. And a lot of families, they want these special gifts and things for their children that have, excelled. And you've been an educator a long time,
Yeah.
so a lot of those are your kids too.
Right.
You've trained them up from little kids in the sports to they are becoming these young adults. And so that's a part of your legacy as well.
Yeah.
Right.
We like I said, we train, I've been coaching a long period of time, and we still have kids that's in college, and they always mailing me something back, Coach, frame my jersey.
Right.
And, we have some kids, that's in the pros. They send their jersey back, to me, and I frame them.
Right.
And also we do house calls. If you invite us out, we'll hang your picture. You buy it from us, or you don't even have to buy it from us. We'll come out, we'll frame it. Make sure it's
Right.
level and stuff on the wall, and we gone.
Right, and then the proper matting and all of that. Because see, at one point, like most of us young folks raising babies and all of that, mortgages, we were buying home interior, we were buying them from the discount stores. Well, that's not the same as hanging something like this, real
Right.
art.
Right.
So like you said, it has to be level on the wall. We can't just hang it with that one nail. You know how
Right.
we used to.
Yeah, just
in
one
the
nail in the wall.
dormitory, just one nail in the wall. But there is a proper way to do it so that it will hang properly.
Right. So when you come there, you purchase some art from us. We'll give you a picture hanger. We'll show you how you hang the picture. Or we'll come out and do it. A lot of people try to find a stud in the wall, but you don't have to do that. With the new.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with the new hangers. So you just tap it in the wall and hang the picture on.
Oh, see, I always thought you had to find the stud, but no, we have improved.
Right.
And so, because at one point it would limit where you could move your sofa because you needed to hang the picture in a certain place relevant to the sofa.
Right.
So now we have new techniques that we can use, and so we can just kind of decorate a little more freely. The other thing I wanted to ask you about is the military. You know, we live in a military town, and so a lot of our veterans, you know, when they pass away, the family get the flag and that kind of thing, or we have their medals. Is that something that you're comfortable, you work with those as well in the shadow boxes?
Right. We work with military people, you know, daily, weekly and monthly. They come in with medals, flag, their promotion certificate or the diploma. We sell a lot of military art.
Yeah,
we
like the eagles and the patriotic.
Right. We sell a lot. We sell a lot of that stuff.
Right.
And
so when people are graduating, and you know, we graduate folks at Fort Benning every week, you know, and they have their basic training graduation, and then they might go to airborne school or ranger school. So as they are accumulating all of those special things, then even if they're not here, they can mail that stuff back to you. You can frame it and then ship it to wherever they are.
Right. We can do that.
Yeah. So there are so many ways. Now that you retired, you should be just making truckloads of money. No, because remember, you took that, $1,000 from your life insurance, and you were smart enough to invest it in this business, which has sustained itself.
Yeah,
so, I mean, you know, that's commendable.
That's something, because, you know, you always hear these stories on TV. I took $300, now I'm a millionaire.
Right.
Well, I took $1,000 and I'm still in business.
No, that's right. But now that you're retired, we want you to take that $1,000 and turn it into $1 million. And I know that when you were working with the schools and you know, just with what's required to be a teacher and all the after-school activities and all of the sports and things you worked with over the years, you didn't have the flexibility to do that. But now we're going to have to put you on the circuit so you can tell people how you took that risk with that $1,000 from the life insurance to open this business, and it has sustained, you know, ever since the 90s. Because usually new businesses, you know, we know they close up mostly, in the first 5 years?
I almost closed it right before I started my business, because I told my friends, well, I'm framing art now, and they was coming over, and they was placing the order, and they said, well, we're going to pay you Friday when we get paid.
Oh, no.
Friday and Saturday haven't got here yet. They haven't got here yet. I still have art from probably 20 years ago.
Waiting for people. So that was a hard lesson, though.
That was a real lesson.
Okay.
That was a real lesson.
Well, we're going to take our final break, go to our sponsors, and we'll come right back. We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors. Straightforward is brought to you by Warrior Outreach. Contact Command Sergeant Major Retired Sam Rhodes or Kathy Rhodes. Freedom Printing for all of your designer printing needs. Gunboat Plaza, Suite 18. Thai Cuisine, the area's only authentic Thai restaurant. Open for lunch and dinner, Monday through Saturday. Located in the Village Green Shopping Center on the 280 bypass in Phoenix City. Progressive Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1952. The George Ford legacy of high standards continues today in the compassionate and professional services provided. A touch of dignity for those who care. Progressive Funeral Home, 4235 St. Mary's Road. Trusted by generations. Best Care, transforming minds and bodies. Leading the way in the latest techniques of medical weight loss and wellness. Certified in family medicine and bariatrics, Dr. Blunt is ready to assist in the transformation of your mind and body. Call today, 706-221-6477, or visit bestcarecolumbus.com. East Alabama Endocrinology, educating and caring for those living with diabetes in Alabama and Georgia. 1400 Bradley Lake Boulevard, 3320 Skyway Drive, Suite 602, Opelika. Take charge of diabetes and live your best life. Vanessa Jackson's District 3 Successful Scholars Program, supporting students in achieving academic excellence, outstanding citizenship, positive social and cultural growth. believing in success for kids. And welcome back to Straightforward. I'm continuing this great conversation with my longtime friend, Coach Carlton Dickey. Before we went to the break, we talked about how your friends, when you're in business, they want you to do this, and they're coming on Friday, Saturday, Sunday to pick it up, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday hasn't gotten here yet. And there you were with money in a new business, the cost of goods, the shipping, the time, but you still got your overhead. And
Right.
see, people that's never been in business, I don't think they understand that. So that was a hard lesson. You said that almost bankrupted you.
That bankrupted me for a while.
Right.
So I had to take a deposit. When people come in from now on, we take a deposit, leave half.
Right.
So if you don't come back, we are paid.
Right.
You know, for the material part of it.
Right, the cost of goods.
Right.
Right,
So
right.
we're paid.
And so some of them probably thought you were being funny when you asked for that deposit.
I lost-
Because we're friends, yeah.
I lost a lot of friends. I lost a lot of friends behind that.
Yeah, because they didn't understand the business side.
No, they didn't understand the business
Right,
part.
because whether you made a dime or not, you still have to pay for the building, you still got to keep the lights on, and then you got to pay for your staff that works there.
Yeah.
You know, even if you never get paid. So they didn't really understand that. And sometimes people think you're making all this money, so they just think you can just do whatever, but that's not how business works. But you were saying with real art, you have to frame it a certain way. Before we went to the break, you were just telling me that.
Yeah, you know, we have like open edition art. Open edition art is art that you see when you go to football games. Art that's on the outside. You know, that kind of art
the vendors on
right,
the street.
Right. That kind of art doesn't cost that much. You know, so it don't take, you know, a lot of framework.
Right.
You know, to put that kind of stuff together. But basically, my shop is like limited edition and original art.
Okay.
And people come in sometime with original art. Some art that's on paper that you can't touch, so you have to put gloves and stuff on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's kind of high end.
That's the real deal.
Yeah, that's high end art. So
Uh-huh.
they got to have the museum glass.
Okay. They just can't have the cheap glass or plexiglass. It's a certain glass.
It's a
because
certain glass.
It's a real investment, that
Right,
kind of art.
right. That's investment art. So you know you got to have that glass on there. You know, to cut the the UV rays and stuff like that. And most of the stuff want to have to be acid free. All the mat boards and stuff have to be acid free. Nothing touch the art.
So the acid will eat through with the art, and so that's why the matting has to be acid free.
Right.
Okay, see, that's the first time I ever heard that, and I did buy a nice piece of art, you know, once I was traveling, lived in another place, very nicely done and all of that, and couldn't understand, but now I just learned something. Because it was a good piece of art, and it couldn't have that cheap matting, because we go see the matting in the craft stores and Walmart, and we try to figure out how we can save. So
Right.
that's not always a smart thing if it's the high-end art.
Yeah, it's a high end art have to be worked with real delicate.
Okay.
You know, because of your fingers have a lot of acid and stuff on it, and it would
And the oils.
right, and it would turn the paper, you know, a different color.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, like I say, we start from, you can come in from, get an 8x10 from $20, and we all the way up to, what, $1,000 sometime in just matting or framing a piece of art.
Really?
Because of what kind.
Okay.
We sell limited edition art and original art, etchings. We also frame needlepoint, crochet.
I've seen some of those for people that for senior citizens. They'll do a lot of that for family heirlooms, and
Right.
people will have them framed so they can keep them
Yeah,
and
right.
pass them on.
Right, puzzles. We do everything. So you know, if you interested, if you got something need to be framed, come to see us.
Okay, and
Come to see
just
us.
tell people where you're located, because I don't want us to run out of time. I want to make sure we get that in.
We on 17th Street, 1325 17th Street, up from Lake Bottom Park.
Right before you get to that traffic light.
Right. East Highland United Methodist Church. My building set in their parking lot.
So y'all like neighbors.
Right, we neighbors.
Right, okay.
We neighbors.
Okay, so what's words of wisdom for any of your students that's watching Coach Dickey, where you coach them on the field, but now you're going to coach them about life and business now that you're on part 2 of your life? What can you tell those students? Because they're adults now, and some of them will be watching you. So.
You know, I always told them if they want to do something, they got to be the best at what they do.
Exactly. Fully committed.
That's right. Because, my grandmother and them both of them always told me that. Just do it the best that you can. And that's what, that's what I can tell them is if you have an idea, work it.
Work it.
Work it. I don't care what your friends say. It's not going to work anything like that. Just continue on.
You have to believe in your own dream.
You got to, because nobody else is going to believe in your dream but you. So
when you first told people you wanted to do art, some of them thought you were crazy because what? You're a coach. Athletics was your thing, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And it was kind of hard, from the start because I was coaching, and when you coach in high school, you never at home. You coaching period, you never at home. You don't get home to 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night.
And then you got to get up in the morning and do it all over again.
Do it all over again. Sometimes you get home and if you sit on the bed, it's over until the next morning.
You have to keep moving.
Right, and then if you have a business, it's kind of hard to get there. So you have to hire someone that you trust.
Yes.
In business, because if you don't, they will rob you blind.
They will.
They will put you out of business.
Yes, they will. And some people don't understand that. They might be great people that you knew from a different part of your life, but that doesn't necessarily translate to you can trust them with your dream, with your assets, with your money, with your business.
So I was very fortunate, to have a friend of mine, Hayward Hall. I say he's a partner. He's a partner with me because he's been with me since he retired from the military.
And you couldn't ask for a better. He is dependable. He is. Even if you show up there and you're not there, he's Johnny on the spot. He's not going to give up any information, but he'll take down any information you want to leave. He's trustworthy.
Yeah, he's trustworthy, and he can do some stuff I can't do.
Really?
Yeah.
So he's really just grown in the business since he's been there.
Right.
Yeah.
And we kind of like teach each other.
All right.
And sometimes we'll go at it on a frame, but he going to do this, I'm going to do that. We're going to see who, whose frame look the best.
Yes, okay. So what's your hours? What hours are you open?
From 10 Monday through Friday from 10 to 6.
Okay.
And from Saturdays from 11 to 5.
Okay. Well, we're hoping that all of your students and their families and people that know you from the community over the years will come in and visit you at the Framing Factory and Art Gallery over in the Lake Bottom area and buy a lot of things for the holidays, especially for people like you and your friends that don't need any clothes or any of that. It's a unique gift. So we're going to be pushing that. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. This has been straightforward. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Until next time, be blessed.